I've defended criminals, broken contracts, and impossible clients. But no one ever warned me about defending my own heart. Ava Reynolds had built her life on logic. Top of her class. Unbeaten in court. Careful, controlled, unshaken. Feelings were distractions, and distractions lost cases. Then Lena Carter walked into her office. She didn't look like trouble. She looked like sunlight. Soft sweater, paint on her fingers, nervous but steady eyes. I didn't break the contract, Lena said quietly. I just refused to lie. Ava didn't look up from the file at first. You signed an agreement with the company. Yes, Lena nodded, but they wanted me to claim artwork that wasn't mine. They wanted a brand face, not an artist. Ava finally lifted her eyes. And you said no. I said I'd rather lose everything. There was no hesitation in Lena's voice. Ava felt something unfamiliar tighten in her chest. Honesty like that was rare. Dangerous. All right, Ava said, closing the file. If you're telling the truth, I'll win this for you. Lena smiled, small, grateful, real. Thank you, Ms. Reynolds. Ava, she corrected before she could stop herself. The days that followed were longer than usual. They worked late into the evenings, case files spread across the desk, coffee growing cold. Lena would pace the room, explaining the creative process behind each piece. You see this painting, she said once, holding up a photo. It took me 6 months. I painted it after my mother passed away. Ava softened. And they wanted to put someone else's name on it. Lena nodded. They said the story would sell better. Ava's jaw tightened. Not on my watch. Somewhere between legal strategy and shared takeout dinners, walls began to lower. Lena laughed easily. Ava didn't. But she started to. One night, as the city lights glowed outside the office window, Lena looked at her. You always look this serious. Ava raised an eyebrow. It's my job. No, Lena smiled gently. It's your armor. Ava froze. No one had ever said that out loud. Maybe, she admitted quietly. And maybe, Lena said softly, you don't have to wear it all the time. The silence that followed wasn't uncomfortable. It was heavy, warm. Something was growing between them. Something Ava didn't know how to handle. Then it happened. An anonymous message arrived on Ava's phone. A photo. Lena shaking hands with the CEO of the company suing her. Close, smiling. Ava's heart dropped. The next morning, the air in the office was cold. You met him, Ava said, her voice clipped. Lena blinked. What? The CEO, yesterday. Oh, Lena nodded slowly. He asked to see me. And you didn't think to mention that. Lena frowned. I was going to. He offered to drop the lawsuit if I apologized publicly. Ava's eyes sharpened, and I refused. Ava's voice grew colder. That's not what the photo looks like. Lena's face fell. Photo. Ava showed her the screen. Lena stared at it. That was taken right after I told him no. You look comfortable, Ava said. The words cut deeper than she intended. Lena stepped back. You don't trust me. Ava crossed her arms. Trust isn't automatic. Hurt flashed across Lena's face. I thought we were past that. Silence filled the room. I'm your lawyer, Ava said. Not. Not what? Lena's voice trembled. Ava didn't answer. Lena swallowed hard. I never lied to you, not once. Ava looked away. That was enough. Lena grabbed her bag. I needed you to believe in me, she whispered, not just defend me. She walked out. The door closed softly. but it felt like something shattered. That night, Ava couldn't focus. She replayed every conversation, every smile, every moment Lena had looked at her like she was more than just a lawyer. She reopened the message. Zoomed in. Her eyes caught something. The timestamp. The angle. It was taken from inside the company building, security footage, not a passerby. Staged. Manipulated. Ava's breath hitched. They're trying to divide us. She leaned back in her chair. But the truth hurt more than the deception. She hadn't trusted Lena because she was afraid. Afraid of losing the case. Afraid of losing control. Afraid of wanting her. For the first time in years, Ava admitted it. She wasn't scared of losing in court. She was scared of losing Lena. Rain had started when she reached the art studio. Lights were still on inside. She knocked. The door opened slowly. Lena stood there, eyes red, sweater sleeves pulled over her hands. Ava. I was wrong, Ava said immediately. No defenses, no pride. Lena stayed quiet. The photo was taken from inside their office, Ava continued. It was meant to make me doubt you. And it worked, Lena said softly. Ava stepped closer. I've spent my whole life preparing for betrayal, for loopholes, for lies. Her voice cracked slightly. I forgot that sometimes people are just honest. Lena's eyes shimmered. You looked at me like I was guilty. I was afraid, Ava admitted, not of you, of what you mean to me. The rain grew heavier outside. Ava took a shaky breath. When you walked out of that office, it didn't feel like I lost a client. She paused. It felt like I lost something I was just starting to understand. Lena's voice trembled, and what is that? Ava reached for her hand gently. You. Silent. Raw, vulnerable. I don't just want to win your case, Ava said softly. I want to stand beside you, without armor, without doubt. Lena searched her face. You choose me, she whispered. Ava nodded. I choose you, and I choose trust. A tear slid down Lena's cheek. She stepped forward, closing the distance between them. Then let's fight, Lena said quietly, together. Ava smiled, not the sharp courtroom smile. A real one. They stood there, hands intertwined, rain falling outside, fear slowly dissolving. Weeks later in court, Ava delivered her closing argument with fire and certainty. But this time, she wasn't just fighting for justice. She was fighting for love. And when the judge ruled in Lena's favor, Lena looked at her not with relief, but with pride. Because the strongest victory wasn't the case. It was the trust they rebuilt. And sometimes the hardest case to win is the one inside your own heart. If this story touched you, let it remind you, love isn't about never doubting. It's about choosing each other again and again.